Good morning, everyone. Let's continue our lesson 2 for quarter 3 entitled Illustrating the Need for an Axiomatic Structure of a Mathematical System in General and in Geometry in Particular. Okay, this is very important, the axiomatic structure. Okay, let's start with these, the defined and undefined terms. These are terms in geometry that are defined and some are undefined. Defined, which means ara gid na sila ya, we can describe them in words. And there are also terms which we call undefined because we can just give examples, we can just give illustrations. We can understand them if we will just describe their properties and characteristics. Okay, so let's start with the undefined term. A point. We're talking about geometry, and so this is a point. Okay, a point suggests an exact location in space. It has no dimension. It is named by using a capital letter. Okay, here is an example of a point. Okay, there. You can see this. You have here 3 points represented by the red dot. Okay, and so in symbols we write them as point A, capital letter, B, point C. Okay, in real life we can have objects or things that are somehow like a point. See this? Alum. Ang imo alum sa lawas, or a mole. And also the tip of a pencil. There, sa punta-punta, gid. No? Tumok lang bala. Your pupil in the eyes, and many, many more. Don't forget to write them in symbols as capital letter. Next, another undefined term is a line. Let me read. A line is a one-dimensional figure that contains set of points arranged in a row, which extended infinitely in both directions. Remember, a line is made up of many points, set of points. 2 points determine a line. So when you join 2 points, you have a line already. That is, 2 distinct points are contained by exactly 1 line. A line can be named using lowercase letter, small letter, 1 lang only, or any 2 points. Kung magamit ka small letter or lowercase letter, isa lang na siya. But if you use capital letters or 2 points, diba? We use a capital letter for a point. Kung 2 points na, so you have the symbol already. Example, in illustration. There. Remember, they have arrows in both directions, left and right. We are joining here points P and Q. So we can name this as line PQ. Or pwede sulion, line QP. May reflexive pwede ta masuli, no? Reflexive property, pwede masuli. Line PQ or line QP. In real life, we can have this example. Ang kilid sa table, ni bilang palaba. The edge of a table looks like a line. It goes on, right? Wala lang siya arrow, pero it's part of a line segment gyapon. Okay. Let's continue with a plane. What's a plane? This is another undefined term. A plane is a set of points in an endless flat surface. Look at the symbol. The following determine a plane. Pwede ang plane na tawgon kung may 3 non-collinear points, 2 intersecting lines, 2 parallel lines, or pwede man a line and a point not on the line. To name the plane, we use a lowercase letter or 3 points on a plane. Let me give you an example. What does a plane look like? There. And you see that? My 2 pairs of parallel lines, and they have 3 points inside. If you can see that plane's close, flat surface, okay. So you can write this plane, name this plane using the 3 points. 3 or 4 points will do. So using this, we will write in symbols, drawing kagid plane, plane ABC or plane M. So if you have capital letters, we have your point, big letters, tatlo, it looks like that. Kung may small letter nga nag-italicize, italics, pwede lang isa lang, a small letter. Okay. In real life, we have a lot of figures, we have a lot of things that's looks like a plane, like the surface of your blackboard, right? Nitudlo ni teacher, that's a plane, and many more. Okay, let's continue giving meaning to our terms. Okay, we have here collinear points. Collinear points are points on the same line. These points can be found on the same line. Okay. Another, we have non-collinear points. The non means not in the collinear points, Non-collinear points are points not on the same line. May points sila, pero wala sila sa isa kalinya. Just like that, Okay. Next, coplanar points. Coplanar points. Others would pronounce that as coplanar. It's okay as long as you understand those points. Coplanar or coplanar points are points on the same plane. Just like that. Para man sila sa isa ka plane, nasa sulod. Next, non-coplanar points or non-coplanar points are points are not on the same plane. Okay, again, collinear points, points on the same plane. Non-collinear points, points not on the same line. Coplanar points, points on the same plane. Non-coplanar points, points not on the same plane. Here is an example. There, look at the figure. Sige. Here are my answers. Out of this figure, I'll identify some collinear points. Okay, in symbols, collinear points are isa-isa kalinya, points on the same line. Pero, points D, E, F. Pwede man point H kag E. Pero so far, the biggest obvious collinear points, 3 or more na sila class. So, ari lang sa points, collinear points, D, E, F. Non-collinear points, we can have D, G, H, F, E, G, we have H, G, E, and many more. Okay, non-collinear. Wala sila sa isa kalinya. Coplanar points, points on the same plane, are susunod sa plano, except lang kay H. They have D, G, E, F. Or pwede lang tatlo lang, D, E, F. And non-coplanar points. Group of points nga ang isa sa ila, they are not contained inside the plane. E, F, H. Because of the H, kaya siya sagwa. Pwede ka man ka D, G, H. G, E, H. Basta impunan mo lang sa isa ka. Lain-lain sila plane. Ang E kag F, one plane. Pero si H hindi. Okay? Sige. Okay. Here is another example to describe collinear, non-collinear, coplanar, and non-coplanar points. Okay, we have here a cube. A and B are collinear points. Yes, collinear. Aring A, point B. So, isa sila kalinya. Okay. Next, D and G. D and G. Ari si D, ari si G. And they are not collinear point, non-collinear. Okay? Si G, hindi man na sila isa kalinya. Next. A and C are coplanar points. In one plane, si A kag si C contained. Okay? Pwede pagid C kag G, isa sila ka-plane diyo. But, si B kag si E are non-coplanar points. Or pwede man si E kag si G. Kasi si E ariyo, si G, hindi sila non-coplanar points. Okay. I hope that you got that. Next. Here are definitions of our defined terms. We have postulate, theorem, the axioms of equality. Let me read that to you. A postulate is a statement that is accepted without proof. A theorem, a statement accepted after it is proved deductively. We will have a lesson for that, specific lesson. For now, they are just being described and defined. We have axioms of equality. We have reflexive property of equality, symmetric property of equality, transitive property of equality, substitution property of equality. Also, we have the properties of equality. Addition property of equality. Multiplication property of equality. Also, we have definitions, postulates, and theorems on points, lines, angles, and angle pairs. We have definition of a midpoint. Please read that, understand that, so that in our further discussions, balikan nyo ni. Okay? Definition of an angle bisector. Segment addition postulate. Angle addition postulate. Okay, there. Okay, also we have definition of supplementary angles. Remember, supplementary angles are two angles that when added has the sum of 180 degrees. Supplementary kung total sang duwa ka angles are 180. Next, definition of complementary angles. Complementary angles are two angles with the sum of their measures which is 90 degrees. Kung 90 degrees lang, complementary angles, duwa sila. Pero kung 180, supplementary angles, good. Next, we have definition of linear pair. Linear pair theorem. Definition of vertical angles. Vertical angles theorem. There will be a lesson for that we will discuss them specifically. For now, mayara lang kamo source. Next, okay. Here is your exercise, your activity na quarter 3 lesson 2 activity. Okay, just read the directions, and I have given you there objects around us that represent point and line. So you will write under whether ang objects represent point, line, or plane. Get your answers from the given above. Okay? Test 2, we have here true or false. Based on the figure, are points A, B, C, D collinear? True or false? Okay? Okay, repeat the video so that you understand our lesson and answer these exercise 1 and 2. Thank you very much.